The war against drugs has failed. What would you suggest? What should we do in Mexico?
So the war against drugs has failed, and Mexico is a rather tragic example of how badly it can fail. Because before this war was launched full scale here, Mexico was not regarded as a particularly violent country. And so I do hold the war on drugs responsible. I am a member of the Global Commission on Drug Policy, which is working for a completely different approach. We say prohibition has failed, we have to decriminalise, our countries need major harm reduction and health measures, and we need to regulate. You know, the state regulates tobacco, it regulates alcohol, it regulates guns, it regulates pharmaceuticals. Why are we not regulating drugs? If we don't take on that responsibility as a state, we abandon the trade to criminals, hence the problem that Mexico now has.
Well, we have a very strong neighbor, and we have to collaborate in that. How could that happen?
So in your strong neighbour, there are at least 10 states which have now legalised marijuana. And the impact of that will be felt on the small marijuana grower in Mexico who's been growing it illegally, because you now have legal marijuana growers in America. Canada has just legalised marijuana. New law comes into effect next month. People can grow for their own purposes. There's commercial growing. So what I would say to Mexico is, in a way, nothing is more important than getting on top of this problem, because development is held back where there's insecurity in communities, where there's violence, where there's fear and intimidation. If the drug policy settings can be radically improved, I think that's the key to quite a lot of other things happening in Mexico.
Pues ahí está, cada vez más las voces que apuestan a la regulación.